Welcome to my show Character Analysis, where we take a look at characters in different types of media, mostly smile for me, and see what makes them tick. Today's episode we'll take a look at Gillis Soco. Gillis is the bouncer for the lounge, yet is getting tired from constantly having a camera on him and having to hold that smile. He says that if he takes even the smallest of breaks, Habit will flip out, asking you to distract that camera. I mean, not that he couldn't, he's just too busy, flexing his muscles. Yeah, that's it. From this, you take a warm summer memory to divert the camera, letting Gillis finally relax. With his free time, he says that he might check out the carnival games, just to see how babyish they are. As is quickly evident, Gillis doesn't like acknowledging his love for more childish things, which, reminds me of another character from a show. Can't quite put my finger on it. Since Gillis is too ashamed to participate in these games, you gotta help him win the teddy bear that he's been longingly admiring. Once you do all this, you finally get the teddy bear from Carla. After some initial pushback, Gillis finally accepts the bear and lets his sensitive side show a bit, acknowledging that he's no tough guy, but just a big softie, letting you have access to the lounge. Which, I'm not sure a kid should have access to a bar, but whatever. This doesn't mean that he's 100% stopped acting tough and hiding his like of cute things, or still trying to keep up that he's the strongest guy at the habitat. But it's natural for him to know his faults yet still partake in them to an extent. Even in these interactions, he still lightens up to enjoy what you've given him. So where exactly would Gillis go after the habitat? I mean in like a personal growth sense, not like physical person. The only thing that got him to open up was a kind flower, and now that flower kid's off doing whatever they're doing. Enter Randy. Randy on the surface is the opposite of Gillis in the sense. He's weak, small, and sensitive. But throughout the game, we see these traits in Gillis. He can be sensitive, he can be weak. He's not really small, I guess, but 2 out of 3 works for me. Now, what's the difference of these two being? The real difference is that Randy doesn't hide all these traits, while Gillis is a lot more reserved on how he feels, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just can get in the way of some of the things that he likes. And Randy, much like Flower Kid, can bring out that side of him, as seen in both the Steam trading card and epilogue. Now, the traits I mentioned here aren't all of Gillis, but I'm just covering the main traits you see and help him with in-game. He does like macho stuff. He just thinks because he likes macho stuff, it's embarrassing for him to like things that clash with that. As is the case with most habitations, you need to push back the layers of the traits on the surface to see what's underneath. The only way being is to take the time to get to know them. There's more about Gillis, but I think we've done our job discussing him today. See you next time for Petunia.